Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Imogen, and today I'm going to be teaching you my 5 top tips of how to get you through that first messy draft of a novel. Before we begin, I would really appreciate it if you considered giving this video a like and subscribing to my channel. It would really help to support me, so thank you so much. Okay, so my first tip is to keep in mind that it doesn't matter how hard you try, your first draft won't be perfect. I don't think there is a book in the universe that is actually perfect. There's always somebody who thinks that there should be something different about it, or something like that. Doesn't matter if you've plotted out every single chapter or every single scene in your novel, it still won't be perfect. Truth is that first drafts are messy. So there's going to be characters to cut, scenes to be added in, there's going to be dialogue that's like really cringy, there's going to be incorrectly structured sentences, there's going to be grammar and spelling mistakes, and there's going to be unnecessary words, there's going to be so many things that need to be fixed about it. But none of it matters. Why? Because we have the editing stage where you can fix those sentences so they have a stronger impact. You're going to be able to fix that dialogue so it's not cringy anymore, and it also has a bigger impact. You're going to be able to fix all those things, all of the things I mentioned before, and even more things that I guarantee you will need editing. So when you're writing your first draft, don't force yourself to stick to your outline. Besides, it's nearly impossible to follow exactly as you planned it anyway. Let your imagination run wild. Let all these other ideas come. Put them on the page if you think that they should be there. Because as I just said before, we have the editing stage where we can fix all those things. But if you don't experiment with all these different things, you could run the risk of your novel not living up to its full potential. Okay, so tip number 2 is to have faith in yourself and your novel. Guys, I can't even begin to count the amount of times I've just given up on my novel because I thought that people wouldn't be interested in it, or that it was too boring and not interesting enough because it was too original, and that I needed to write something more like Harry Potter or another global phenomenon, because I would never be able to get all the way through the end of my novel 60,000 words later. No, just no. Readers don't want to read a Harry Potter wannabe. They want to read something original. They want to read something new. And you don't have to be talented to reach the end of a 60,000 word novel. You just have to be dedicated. And dedication is something that takes time. Besides, if you're really into your novel, you really like the plot, the characters, the action, the twists, all the turns, you're going to want to write it. You don't have to write thousands of words each day. In fact, if you do that, you're probably going to end up burning yourself out. Write at your own pace. Write 1,000 words one day, 2,000 words another, 50 in another. Maybe have days where you write nothing at all. Just go at your pace. Do it how you want to do it, because it's, in the end of the day, it's your novel and you can do whatever you want. Tip number 3 is to set goals for yourself. So by that I mean setting milestones for you to reach in your progress throughout your book. This could look something like aiming to finish 1 chapter a week, maybe aiming to do 10,000 words each month, or if you're doing something more structured to do with your outline, maybe you want to reach your midpoint, aka the catalyst in the middle of your novel, sort of the turning point, then you could try to get that done by 3 months later, or maybe you could do the inciting incident by, I don't know, 1 month or something like that. It doesn't have to be huge, but these are just little goals that you're setting for yourself, so you're taking it in like bite-sized pieces. Don't try to push yourself too hard though, because that is the easiest shortcut to burning yourself out. And that is by far one of the worst things you can do to yourself. And trust me, I have done it. Once I wrote nearly like 2,000 words each day for like 3 or 4 days, and by the end of it I was just so exhausted, and I had writer's block for like a month. I just could not write. So please do yourself a favor and take it slow and take it at your own pace, because it is, as I just said, your novel at the end of the day. Okay, so tip number 4 is actually quite a small thing, but it has helped me so much. So when you sit down to write, sometimes it is hard to actually get in the mood for writing, and that happened to me so much. I don't know about you guys, but it happens to me a lot. So here's what I do. I turn off the lights at the start, turn on my computer, and if you're on Mac, maybe put it on night shift, because I don't know, but that just really makes me I actually have no idea what I'm saying right now. Yeah, so find a playlist on Spotify, search calming music or writing music, and play that while you write. And also maybe have a candle, light that, have a cup of tea. I don't know if I already mentioned that, but that really helps if you like tea, which I definitely do. I cannot live without it. And then maybe you could, so if you don't have a candle, because I didn't have a candle, but I had a salt lamp, and that was like really good, and that just gets me into the whole like calming sort of, I don't know, mood for writing. So yeah, let's get on to tip number 5. My final tip is to stay connected with other people. Being a writer can be actually pretty lonely at times, because we always sit down, we write, and we like writing by ourselves. I mean, I don't know about you, but I like writing by myself, or at least maybe it's just because I don't usually write with anybody else. But anyway, so being a writer, it can be very lonely, so you should try and stay connected with other people. And it's just so easy to accidentally like lock yourself away and just write for ages, and I'm so guilty of this. One school holidays, I practically just shut myself in my room and wrote and wrote and wrote all day and all the next day and all that week, pretty much. And I only pretty much went outside the house when I was forced to by my parents or my sister. But yeah, so socializing is more important to you than you realize. Just take the time to go hang out with some friends, spend some time with someone in your family. Just go outside and do something. You can even use that time to learn more about the world. I believe that to write a good story, you have to be a good writer, obviously. And to be a good writer, I think you have to know like a lot about the world. You have to understand the world. And I think that being outside, watching people, how they react, what they're doing, imagining things, I don't know about you guys, but I do that a lot. And yeah, it just really helps like more than you realize. So you're actually learning more by doing nothing than you realize you're actually doing. That is it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you got something out of this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like and consider subscribing to my channel. It really helps so much to support me, and I would really love to have you around. So thank you so much. And I will hopefully see you in my next video. Bye!